Welcome to the LSMN Press Box. Another show, another week. We're counting down till summer. Only 2 more weeks of school, so just a few more episodes of the Press Box. But we got a bit of a longer episode for you this afternoon. Started a little earlier recording time, and we're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to kick off real quickly with the NHL playoffs. Just the NHL. The draft lottery was last night.
Yep. Leafs won.
The rigged system that is a lottery.
Yep.
Can't convince me otherwise. The NBA one is rigged. The NHL one has been rigged basically always. Even when it wasn't technically a lottery, it's been rigged. So the Leafs get the number 1 pick after not having but an 8% chance to get the number 1 pick.
Yep.
So they get Gavin McKenna.
Yay.
What do we think about the draft process?
It's not as suspicious as Cooper Flag and the Mavs,
Obviously.
I think. But I wasn't surprised at the same time. I feel like if you look at all the lottery winners, I feel like it's always a big market team, no?
No, it's always the team the NHL wants to be good, and it's always an original 6 team. It's been Chicago 3 different times.
Yeah.
And now it's Toronto.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For questionable times for a first draft pick.
Yeah. What do you think, Sean?
I just find it funny that the Maple Leafs get the first round pick the instant they miss the playoffs.
That's why it's rigged.
Yeah, that is.
And considering that they would have lost their pick if it was anything below a certain line.
If it was below a top 10 pick.
Yeah, for the Bruins. And conveniently they win it.
Yeah.
Wow.
They do lose a first round pick next year to the Bruins because they didn't lose this year's first round pick.
Yeah.
Because it was a top 10 pick.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, very convenient that they keep that top pick. And now they get that guy, Gavin McKenna.
Yeah. Are the Leafs back next year?
I don't think they're back next year.
Okay.
But I'll give you this. We're talking here, a little preview of what's coming up. We're talking what the Stars changes should be this offseason. The Leafs have an easy time to dump Austin Matthews now. They can keep Knives.
Yeah.
Because he's, 23, 22,
yeah,
something like that?
Yeah, he's very young.
They can keep Knives. They add Gavin McKenna, keep the young D-core that they had. That was pretty good last year.
Yeah.
All they got to do is find a goalie, and they might have found a young goalie last year towards the end. Or this season, whatever you want to call it this year. So now Austin Matthews only has 2 more years on his deal. They could easily just ship him out of town. I know he's the captain. You don't do that to your captain.
Yeah.
But Gavin McKenna could be the captain.
Yeah. I think it's a little too early to get rid of Matthews personally.
Yeah, who are you even going to send him off to if you want to ship him off?
I don't
go.
Who would take him?
Anybody. His cap hit is not that high. It's only 8.25, I believe.
Bigger than that.
And then anybody needs a scoring center.
He is declining a bit, though, in terms of scoring. He wasn't.
He lost his.
That's kind of a result
winger
of
in Marner, who was giving him all the feeds.
Even the year before, though, he had only 20-something goals. The last year when Marner was still there. I think it's just a byproduct of being in the Craig Berube system, but it would be nice if he could go back to 70 goals.
I don't think he's going to do that, but
he makes $13 million a year.
I think his cap hit's different though, because of how his contract was structured. It was averaged 13.5 over
his cap
8
hit
years.
Next year is $11 million.
Okay,
and then it's $10 million.
I knew it wasn't at 13.
It's very top heavy.
Yeah, it was. I was thinking it was closer to 8, but 11 and 10. That's still not bad. That's less than what you're paying
pretty good.
Mikko or the Stars or anything like that. I mean,
yeah.
So he could be shipped out of town somewhere say New York would love to have
The
a guy like him.
The Rangers need to decide if they're like going for it or they're like rebuilding. I feel like they're always in this like they never commit to anything.
Well, they now have the 4th pick,
Yeah.
so they could retool. Yeah, the team that kind of got screwed in all this
Vancouver.
is Vancouver. Like, they were so bad this season, and now they have the 4th pick,
The third. I think.
third
Yeah.
pick, whatever.
Yeah.
I think what
I mean, that's still a good player, but it's not Gavin McKenna level.
I think what the lottery should be is like the worse you are compared to everyone else, like the better odds you should have if you're going to have a lottery.
Well, they had better odds.
Well, yeah, but I meant like if you're like 20 points below everybody else, like the Canucks were this year, you should have like a 50% chance to get it.
Well, why don't we just do away with the lottery and
I know, but
if you're
it
last
just-
in the league, you get the first pick.
it does make it
just
more
like the
exciting.
NFL. Like, the NFL doesn't have a tanking issue necessarily because like the Raiders were bad, but the Raiders weren't going to be good
No,
no
they
matter
weren't
what.
supposed to be good. No.
And at least they spent money or anything to sign the people to be bad.
Yeah.
The Dolphins this year are going to be bad, but they've spent some money
Yeah.
that you'll have one or two bad teams. It won't be like a league-wide thing. But the NBA and the NHL say we need to not have anybody tank, and yet you still have teams tank.
I have seen the idea of like in the NBA where they have like a lottery tournament and whoever wins it gets the number 1 pick. I don't know how I feel about that.
So a team that's decent gets a number 1 pick? I don't know about that.
No.
I guess it kind of incentivizes you to make a good team at least. Cause I don't know. I think it's weird, but you can if in NBA 2K it might still be a thing. You could like make that a rule at the end of the season in franchise mode. It would be like, okay, do you want to change this rule, and it would be implemented. So I always thought that was a cool wrinkle. What do you think, Sean? What about the lottery?
I don't really like the tournament idea. I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
I think just do if you're gonna do a lottery, higher odds, like you said for Vancouver, just all
the
that.
worse you are.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we'll take a quick look at the playoffs. Good thing the Stars did get eliminated because the Avalanche are taking it to the Wild up 2-0.
The President's Trophy curse hasn't kicked in yet.
The President's Trophy curse hasn't kicked in, and I said their goaltending and defense would be shaky, but apparently it doesn't matter when you're scoring
9 goals.
as many goals as they score. So whatever. Them and their silly blue helmets and blue pants that have always looked bad.
Picked up on something though. Like in the past 25 years, there have been like 2 cup champs that have missed a key player and won the cup. Like everybody else has been nearly fully healthy, and I thought that was relevant just based on what the Stars were dealing with, and also the Avs. Josh Manson's the only guy that they're missing. Like I'm just saying, it has been the last time somebody was hurt. The entire playoffs was Stamkos in 2020. He played 1 game, and then it was Chris Letang in 2017. He didn't play at all. Other than that, like it's been spotless nearly. Every championship team's been healthy. Well, they might be banged up, but they've all played.
So you have the President's Trophy curse coming in. Anybody beat the Avalanche?
I don't know who would beat them from the other side of the bracket, at least like the other side of the West.
I don't think anybody in the West can beat them if they're going to do this to the Wild.
I'd say the Ducks could probably keep up with them scoring-wise, maybe, but I feel like eventually the Avs would just win out.
Yeah, I think the Avs are going to win the Western Conference.
It'll be at Avs.
So okay, nobody in the West.
Avs, Canes, Sabres. Final,
You think
maybe?
the Canes could beat the Avalanche because their boring hockey prevents a lot of shooting opportunities?
That I think it could.
Yeah.
The Canes have to win one at some point. I mean,
I saw this on the DLLS podcast.
yeah.
My boy Owen Newkirk running that. He proposed this question: as Stars fans, which we all are, who are we rooting for now that the Stars are out in the NHL playoffs?
Hurricanes.
I'll root for I wouldn't say any particular team, just good hockey and probably just anyone but the Wild, honestly.
So,
Like I don't like the Wild more than the Avs used to be my like number one team. It was like the Avs and the Golden Knights. Now it's like the Wild. I hate the Wild. Like I can't, not because we lost, but like just the way that they try to play, and especially the Foligno brothers. They're just
I
a bunch
agree
of,
with you on the Foligno brothers.
and Ryan Hartman.
I really like Boldy.
Yeah.
I like that he won a gold medal with the U.S. as well.
Yeah.
I bought a Boldy U.S. jersey because I like the way he plays. He doesn't upset me like the Foligno brothers does. He doesn't upset me like Hartman does.
Yeah, they're just
They
whiny.
really upset me. Like
Yeah. And they're
2019, 2016 Blues upset. Like
Yeah.
I have a despise for anybody on the 2016, 2019 Blues.
Yeah.
And that continues to this day. Like, if I just see a random, I don't know, Patrick Maroon, I'm like,
Tarasenko. Yeah.
you know, shows up on ESPN or whatever.
I
I'm
just
like,
can't. And like Marcus and Nick, like they make that exact same. Like they get called for a penalty, they're like, "Huh? Like I didn't do anything." Like they just all they
the thing
do is
that
whine.
upsets me the most about the Foligno brothers is so they trade for Nick.
Yeah.
He has the N on his jersey,
Yeah.
but Marcus refused to put the M on his.
Yeah. That's weird.
Why? You hate your brother?
Yeah.
There's two Folignos. You gotta specify which. But I was here. I've been here. Nobody cares. Put the M on your jersey.
I know.
It'd be like if you had two Smiths, and he was like, "No, I've been here longer."
Yeah. Well, I also hate that. Like,
Also, he's the younger brother.
the Avs call not the Avs. The Wild fans call Marcus Moose, which like, no, you're not good enough to have that nickname at all. That's Rantanen's nickname.
Why would they call him Moose?
Because he just hits people, I guess.
Mikko's was Moose because of the announcer for his Swedish team.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just because he had a big frame.
No, it was. I mean, it's a big frame thing, but his announcer for the Swedish team started calling him a moose because he was a big kid, hit and scored, so he acted like a moose.
Yep.
And it stuck with him. Just randomly calling a dude with an M name a moose is annoying. I don't like it.
So, Sean, are you rooting for the Hurricanes? Like, why? I guess Stankoven, maybe.
I've always followed the Hurricanes as a child. Like they were my second team behind Dallas. I really like Carolina. I know some people may not, but I always grew up with like Cam Ward as their goalie. I've always liked Cam Ward. He was a fun guy to watch.
I feel so old sometimes because saying Cam Ward was the Hurricanes goalie just feels like so wrong because I think of him as so many other different teams that are not the Hurricanes.
Yeah.
Like, he made his name as a Hurricane, I guess, but he was on so many different teams before that. I would go with the Hurricanes because of Stankoven. Yeah. I really like Stankoven. When I worked the IHF tournament in 2021, the U18 World Juniors, he was in that, and that's where Jim Neal drafted him from. He got basically everybody the Stars drafted in 21, along with Wyatt Johnson, all that. He got all their draft picks from that tournament, and Stankoven played really well, and I really liked him in that tournament. So I like seeing him succeed. I wish he was still a Star going back. People who say we should have kept Stankoven and not traded for Rantanen, that's silly.
What else were you going to give up? I mean,
I don't think you could have given anything. I think you had to give up.
I think it was
somebody like Stankoven.
It was Bork could have been the other option, but there was nobody in the minor system you could have given.
I don't think the Hurricanes would have taken Bork.
Really?
I think it might have taken more than just Stankoven.
I like Stankoven, but I was just more in like I would have rather have kept Bork just because I think he has more raw potential than Stankoven. And Stankoven was just stuck like with the Stars. He wasn't. He was on like the third line, and he wasn't able to put up the numbers that he probably can.
Yeah. But yeah, the people that say that we need to redo that trade, and I I don't like it. Rantanen is better for the Stars than Stankoven was. Stankoven is thriving in that system in Carolina.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
It's a win-win for both franchises. I wish
and the Stars don't need their draft pick. Like they know how to draft.
Yeah.
Like
I wish we still had Stankoven the way he's playing, but not in exchange for Rantanen, because Rantanen's going to give us more long-term and everything like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but let's have a little fun here. We're gonna take a look at what the Stars need to do for the 2026-2027 year. All three of us have cooked up a little bit of a roster shift and made a graphic for it. Lucas, if we'll play it full screen some as well. But let's take a look at Sean's first back here.
I'm excited.
Oh, yay.
So, all right, Sean, talk us through it.
Well,
I like it.
I kept most of the same roster because I think our forward core's fine. But the only change that you can see from like free agency is instead of Ben, I have AJ Greer. I believe he'll be a less costly player, but will retain that that physicality that Ben always does.
A Greer type player.
Yeah, and he's
I think.
also been on the Panthers, so he has that experience too for like all those playoff runs.
Yep.
So. But most of my changes were on my defensive core. If you could show that, please. Thank you. We show the. Here we go.
I'm excited to see this.
So you see, I retained Lindell. I put Haskin in, but you could see already. I put Brett Kulak for our second spot.
Why?
Again, Gudis hits people, but I want to talk about Kulak. He has a lot of playoff experience. I believe the Stars need somebody on the defense that could have that playoff experience.
What about Nils Lundqvist?
Oh, shush. Nils, I don't. Okay. I got rid of Lyubushkin. I do not like that guy. Get rid of him.
I agree.
And then, I kept Bischel. I like Bischel. He's tall. He hits. And that's why I paired him up with Gudis, because I believe we need a line that can physically hit people. And I believe that third defensive pairing will definitely do the more physical aspects of our team.
I think Gudis would be less of a traffic cone than Myers.
Only problem is how are you getting Gudis? Because he's the captain of the Ducks.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all for fun. But like, how do you? I kind of wrote down how the Stars got the players.
Sure he's heading into free agency unless he signs.
I haven't checked. Maybe he is a free agent, but he is currently the captain of the Ducks.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying if the Ducks don't re-sign him, he's going to be a free agent.
That's
sure.
Leo Carlson will be the captain.
Leo Carlson.
What, like 39-year-old Leo Carlson?
No.
How old is Carlson?
He's like 22.
Who do you think? Hold on.
Were you thinking of William Carlson?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he's on the Golden Knights.
Yeah. Different.
Wait, does he still play?
No, wait. Who's the defenseman the Ducks got from the
John Carlson?
Okay.
Yeah, that he could be the captain too.
Well, he's like 40, right? Because he uses the distinct helmet.
Oh yeah, he's the only one that still uses the Bauer. John Carlson's 36.
Okay.
Be the captain.
How old is Gudis? Gudis has got to be up there in age.
I think he's also 36.
Gudis is 35.
Ah,
so basically
1 year off.
Same. Close. I don't hate your roster, Sean. I think Gudis is a hard reach. I think also your point about playoff experience is fine. I just I think the Stars have a lot of playoff experience. They just need some more shooters from like the point or something like that. They need more Miro Heiskanen.
They needed a long off season. Personally, I think this elimination in the long run could turn out to be good because they've played a lot of hockey.
They have played a lot of hockey.
Guys are banged up.
You're right. It probably is a blessing in disguise for them to be
eliminated so early.
Eliminated so that they can just rest.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've seen Sean's. Let's see Aiden's.
I'm excited.
I think Beals probably would hate mine, but.
Will Cooley.
Okay, so I, like Sean, only made one change. Jamie Benn, I just think he's kind of run his course. The Stars can get him on some kind of developmental role, but I think ultimately they needed one more scoring option. So I went with Will Cooley. I think that's a pretty good deal. My idea was trading Steele probably for Will Cooley if you could somehow pull that off. But I like him, and I think he could be good scoring depth. And I don't know if he's someone the Rangers are like keeping long term, because he's not like a superstar, but I could see a world where the Stars could get him. And then the fourth line I had to keep just because of how they played, and then everything else is the same, assuming they stay healthy. And what's not on the graphic is I have like 3 extra roster spots, so I put Cameron Hughes and R2 Huru as the 2 extras.
Cameron Hughes, not of the Hughes brothers, but the one down in Texas.
Yes.
Yeah, the best one.
And then you kept Huru.
Yeah.
Well, no, Hughes isn't connected to the, right?
No.
Okay,
I was just saying.
I was like, wait, you can.
I like Cam Hughes. No,
Yeah.
he looked decent when he played the couple of games this year.
Yeah.
And Huru's, I think, gonna sneak his way onto that fourth line
The only
permanently.
problem with Huru is he's a free agent after this year, so you got to spend some money on him.
I had to give him like the league minimum, or I don't know how much he'll earn. I don't think he's proven enough to earn a whole lot, but yeah, it helps having all of these cheap deals. Like Hintz is a steal where his cap hits at. Johnston's a huge steal. Duchesne is a pretty big steal. And then the fourth line is like a combined $3 million a year. And then Will Cooley, I think he's an RFA at the end of this next year, but he's getting paid around $4 million right now. So I think it's a pretty good deal for a guy that like. You need more scoring, and I didn't think bringing Michael Bunting back would be what they needed. I wanted a younger guy that could score, and so I think this would be good for them.
Okay. Well, let's see the D-core. See what happens.
I made a couple
there.
I made some pretty big changes. These ones might be a little harder to explain away.
Yoki Haru.
Okay, so I did some digging. I wanted a right shot defenseman that could move the puck and not be just a liability on defense, right? So I got Yoki Haru. Did I explain that in my notes? Okay, so my idea was the Stars could trade Harley. As much as I like Harley and I think he's a good player, that cap hit is going to be bad one day, I think.
I don't know if anybody takes it.
Yeah, I don't know. So what I thought is they could either trade him to Boston for picks and Henry Yoki Haru, or because Victor Hedman's getting older, trade him to Tampa and get a guy like Dastu who can move the puck. He's a left-handed guy, and I see a lot of good in Dastu. He's like the third pair guy on the Lightning right now, so I think if he'll be the third pair next to Bichel. But I do think where this team could struggle, or where these pairs could struggle, is on defense. I split Lindell and Heiskanen up just so that we could get that defensive excellence on both pairs. But yeah, this all hinges on Yoki Haru just doing a good job, and I think Dastu bringing more of that. More offense, because Myers and Bichel were not going to bring offense, and I think Dastu gives them a good offensive guy without messing up like Myers was. And goalies I kept the same, and the other roster spot I had, I put Trey Taylor from the AHL as the 7th D-man, because I've heard a lot of good about him. So
He did lead the team in plus minus, if you go look at that.
That's good.
For the Texas Stars.
And I had like $3 million in cap left, so that could be. I thought about bringing Marchment back, but I was like, honestly, I'd rather have Cooley because he's younger. But
very, very nice. Alrighty. Here's where the real fun begins.
Oh, boy.
Y'all are going to be really upset by mine.
Robert Thomas.
Alex, you can play a background behind mine. It's transparent, unlike Sean and Aiden's was y'all exported them not as ProRes 4444, so you didn't have alpha on them. So that's why they're black. But it's all good. So mine's got a lot of pause frames. We're going to take it line by line with mine.
He's
so,
got some
Alex, hit that first line,
He's
if
got
you will.
some explaining.
Brady Kachuk.
Oh, there we go.
What on
All
earth
right,
is
so here
Whoa.
we'll talk it out. The
How
Dallas
are you
Stars
getting Brady Kachuk?
are going to, you're going to love this. The Dallas Stars are going to sign Jason Robertson to a 10.5 8-year deal
I don't know if he'd take
in
that.
a sign and trade.
Oh, boy.
You send him to Ottawa because Brady's unhappy in Ottawa. Ottawa keeps $2 million of Brady's contract, and we have to just deal with him for a year. And then we can decide if we want to keep him, we want to pay somebody else, whatever we want to do.
I guess.
Okay?
I don't know if getting rid of Robertson was the proper
I don't think
option.
Robertson takes 10.5. It's got to be 11. Maybe he'll be nice and take less, but I don't know.
I don't know if he. I mean, yes, he is a top 5 goal scorer the past 2 seasons, but
I
he
think
doesn't play defense.
I think they could and I love Jason Robertson. My grandma's like a huge fan of him. Like
he is a fan favorite. In
she's
Dallas.
gonna hate me for this take, but I think they could survive without him. You have enough top end talent, but honestly, I want to keep him. I like him too much. I couldn't just get rid of him. But
I don't love the way he plays defense.
yeah, I agree.
So I wanted him gone because Brady gives you 30 goals and defense because that was the main thing with the Stars. They couldn't cover the Wild at all. Sure, they needed to score more and be more physical.
Yeah,
but was a 40 goal scorer for 2 seasons in a row, and Jason Robertson couldn't score on 5-on-5. So what's the point of keeping him around for the playoffs? So that's why I did that deal. I guess go to the second line.
I'm scared.
Second line.
It's coming. Give it a second.
Okay.
So
I
we
like
don't
it.
change anything there.
Yep.
We get Rope healthy. We keep Duchesne there. We get Sagan healthy.
That is
Keep all that.
that's a really good top 6. I'll
Just
give
make
you that.
sure Sagan's protected. He gets injured
very
a
nice
lot.
top 6. And if you kind of look at it, the top line can eat minutes, and the second line can go out there, try to score a goal for 30 seconds. If they don't do it, get off and kind of save their legs since you have the older Sagan, older Duchesne. But they've got the young gun and Hintz who could get them the puck, get deep in the corners, things like that.
Hintz might, the injuries with Hintz, we got to be careful with, though, because he has, last year he got hurt in the playoffs, not of his own doing, but, the injury he had this year wasn't his fault
either. The injury he had
either.
this year is kind of freaky. He tore his hamstring in 2 different spots.
Well, yeah, Nathan McKinnon, WWE'd him.
He did kind of drag him down. I don't know if it was McKinnon's fault. It was not a very clean hit. So
No.
I don't know. It's very interesting.
It was just awkward the way his leg moved. But
Yeah. So we got to keep him healthy.
Hintz needs a full off season. So
Same with Sagan.
Yeah,
Sagan and Hintz both need get healthy. All that.
they'll both be. Watching Hintz full flight, full speed, going at it, so much fun. One of the most fun players in the league when he gets going.
I saw him play an AHL game down in Texas. In I guess his last year in Texas,
Would have been
and you
18.
could just pick him up off the ice.
Yep.
Everybody's skating up the ice, and you're like, that kid's gonna make it because he was putting him down, and just his legs were so strong.
Well, you remember in
everything
the
like that.
playoffs last year when McDavid had that breakaway goal, Hintz kept up with him on a broken foot. That was that just tells you how quick he is.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right, we'll go to the third line.
I'm interested
I'm
here.
excited.
Blow it up.
Not many changes, but we're going to keep Jamie Benn. We signed him to a league minimum, $850,000. If you're thinking that sounds high, because Sam Steele is only making $700,000 right now. The league minimum for 26, 27
Steel
goes
makes $2 million.
or maybe it's not Steele. Maybe it's Blackwell.
Makes the league minimum.
Yeah, Blackwell's
the
making
league minimum's like 775.
It's like 771.
Yeah,
or
something
7-1 or something. But yeah, it goes up to 850 next year. But we're still going to sign Jamie, keep him on that third line. Now here's the kicker: you could always dump Jamie to sit. I know a lot of people out there online say you can't sit your captain. Why not? Why can't you sit your captain? I mostly want him for the room and the playoffs because I need somebody physical in the playoffs like Jamie.
He didn't do anything in this playoffs though.
Yeah, but nobody did.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
can't point at anybody like Mikko, who had one of the greatest postseasons ever last year. This year had what, 5 points?
8 points.
He had a point per game basically, or one over.
It's a little rough on what they were doing versus the Wild. The Wild took it to the Stars.
Yeah,
and the Stars couldn't keep up.
Yep.
But all right. We also, if you see Maverick Bork, he has to be signed. Sign him for like 1.5.
I had him. I forgot to mention. I have him on a 1 year, $2 million. I think what you can sell with Bork here is like, okay, just take this cheap deal for like a year, and then next year we're gonna have a lot of cap space, and we'll give you a bigger deal.
You could sell that, and you know everybody always talks about the under the handshake deal, under the table handshake deal of like. Hey,
I think $2 million is great for him right now.
If you take the $2 million deal now, next year we'll give you more, or even when you retire, we'll bring you back as a coach that makes $2 million when we only pay coaches so much or whatever, right? But you got Bork signed up there. You can roll the fourth line. Not many changes here. You got Ritzy, Fosca, and Blackwell. On the back end, we're going to keep back. He can trade out with Jamie.
I like that. Yeah.
Whatever. The other roster spots I don't have filled. You were talking about your extra roster spots. Bach is the only one that I have for forwards.
Yeah.
But I'll get to the reason why I don't have more players when we go to the defense. So let's just dump the forwards and roll on to the defense here. First line for the defense. Oh, look, it's Lindell and Heiskanen. Nothing changes.
So what's your logic behind? I'm curious because
keeping both of them.
No, like on the same line because I split them up because I want to.
I just kept them because that's where they were.
Yeah.
Realistically, they could go with anybody. You will quickly figure out I did not care about left-right because all of my defensemen in this top six are all left-handed shots except for Bichel, who I think is a righty.
No, Bichel's a lefty.
Is he a lefty?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's Doug. Maybe it's my one guy that's a righty. I figured out one guy is a righty. But basically everybody's a left-handed shot, so it doesn't really matter left-right. They could stay together. They've been together for a while. You could move them around, but I think why they stick together is because of who I got on the second line.
Okay. Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
Yeah, you got Thomas Harley and Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
That's interesting.
What my proposal here was the Leafs want out of Oliver Ekman-Larsson's contract. So you trade them Tyler Myers, who gives them a really easy out. They could waive him. They could do whatever they want with him.
Yeah.
Plus a second-round pick and a seventh-round pick, which technically was theirs anyways.
Yep.
For this year, leaving the Stars only with a third-round pick, but we don't really need draft picks.
No.
We've kind of got a loaded farm system anyways.
Yeah.
Like everything's crowded. So we need to get rid of some of those draft picks. So Tyler plus a second plus a seventh for Oliver Ekman-Larsson. The Stars get to see what happens with a 28-year-old who is pretty physical but also scores goals, can move the puck at the blue line, everything like that. And you pair him up with Thomas, give him kind of a mentor of like, here, play like this guy kind of thing. Because I think that's something Harley thrives with when he's on Team Canada.
Yeah.
He has somebody to look to of like, I need to play like him every time he's on the ice with anybody.
Yeah.
And on the Stars, he never had that. He was the guy on his line.
He never had a consistent partner. Ever.
That's also a problem.
Yeah.
And so I think that fixes it. And then roll the third defensive pairing here.
Dougie Hamilton?
We got Liam Bichel and Dougie Hamilton.
How did you stay cap compliant? I'm curious.
So here's what the Devils.
Well, you saved on Jason Robertson and the Kachuk thing.
I saved because I took $2 million out of Kachuk's deal.
Well,
Ottawa kept that, and I only paid. Or in the cap for Jason Robertson goes away when you trade him.
Well, and if you get rid of Lyubushkin and Meyer, I don't know what you did with Lyubushkin, but if you get rid of both of them, that's like $6 million more.
I got rid of Myers. That's some nice caps of space.
Yep.
Also, how we get Dougie Hamilton is we trade Niels Lundqvist and Ilya Lyubushkin, because while they're really good, the Stars have really trained them up. They're fighting for that sixth spot. They're not being consistent. The Devils want to overhaul their roster.
Yeah.
They put so much money into a 1-round playoff last year that they just kind of had to continue into this year and didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So the Devils are going to retain half of Dougie Hamilton's contract and just then take Niels and Lyubushkin.
You think that's it? Really?
I think that's all you got to do.
If you can sell him on Lunk, I mean, I like Nils. That I kept him.
I like Niels and I like Ilya. Unlike Sean, I really like the way they play.
There's a place for Lyubushkin, but like I just don't know if it's on the Stars, to be honest.
That's my thinking. I think they're done on the Stars. They're pretty good players. The Stars have trained them up really well. That's why you could go out, trade them for a veteran like Dougie Hamilton.
Yeah.
Because they're both under 26. So the Devils love that because they've got 3 years.
Like 30.
Yeah.
He's like 28, isn't he?
He's been in the league for a bit. But
I was thinking they were both young. But anyways.
Niels is like 25 or something.
Maybe I just looked at Niels.
Lyubushkin is 32.
Wow,
he just
did not realize that. Well, I gave them that because I was thinking young, they could build cheap decor that they could get some draft picks with if they're bad. If they're good, they can sign somebody or trade them for somebody else. But basically, $9.5 million to Dougie Hamilton is not getting it done for the Devils.
No.
So why do they want to keep him?
Yeah.
So that's why I said they retain half of his contract. Because also, if you go look at the Devils' cap space, they have like $25 million in cap next year. They can do a lot.
Yep.
So if they dump half of a contract for Dougie Hamilton, they can go outside a whole new defense if they wanted to.
And I think getting a righty puck mover like Lundqvist who just does a good job, that's something they need. And he can slot in behind Simone Nimitz.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll I like it.
So that gives them that. Then I don't have extra D core. You could call somebody up from Texas. You could sign stuff. But if the Senators keep $2 million of Brady Tkachuk and the Devils were to keep half of Dougie Hamilton's contract, that would leave you with $1,058,953 in cap space for the 2026-2027 year. So they could spend a little bit of money, maybe. They could do a two-way contract with some of those Texas guys where they, the same way they got Wyatt Johnston or Stankoven the way he was the first few months in the Stars, where they would trade him, quote, or send him down to Texas for a weekend and then call him right back up.
Yeah.
He would never actually leave Dallas, but that's my thinking. I think that's the best for the Stars in that we get a decor that all is puck moving defenseman.
Yeah.
We've tried the super physical side of it.
Yeah,
it didn't really work.
No.
So we keep Bichel to make some big hits, but we need defensemen who can move it along the blue line, fire, and let guys like Duchesne, Sagan find the puck along the end line and just put it in
Yep.
after it gets sent down to them and everything like that. So pretty good. What do you think about any of that there, Sean?
I think it's fine. I like the defense better than our defense currently. I think it'll be fine. I like it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Any last second thoughts on some NHL stuff there, Sean, before we send you out? So we can talk a little MLB?
I hope the Wild lose in the second round.
It looks like they're going to, so
Yeah.
I think your fruition might come through.
How did the Stars not win that series, even if they were hurt? Like, maybe the Avs are just that much better.
Well, I mean, I think the Avs are just that much better, but also I think the Wild were just that hungry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what? That's their
first playoff win since series win since 2015.
Yeah, it was like the 7th try at it or something like that.
Well, no,
right?
Oh yeah, the Wild. Yeah, they haven't won since 15.
But it was like their 7th try at getting past the first round, and since 2015.
Yeah,
and they were over.
Yeah,
so they were kind of due for it too.
Yeah,
and they were hungry. The Stars looked tired in every game. So I was positive, I thought, but they laid down in Game 6 and couldn't fight back. So. That will do it for our NHL coverage. We might talk a little bit more playoffs next week. Got some interesting things coming up. But let's shift Sean out, bring Alex in, talk a little MLB action. Like the Stars, we've got a roster overhaul idea coming for the Rangers next week. We'll tease for you next week.
Yep.
Because the Rangers are bad. I'll propose this question while Alex is getting settled in here. Have the Rangers already become sellers? Do we chalk this season up? Done?
I'd give it a little longer.
I am, as the season's gone on, I've gotten more and more confident that this is just how the team is, because I mean that's how it's been the last 3 years now. So, like. It looks more like that first 2 weeks where we actually could hit with runners in scoring position was kind of just good luck, I guess, because, man, it's not been seen since the first 2 weeks of the season.
You know what I bet tonight is the turnaround, because this is the first time in 2 weeks that I will be able to sit down and watch a Ranger game. I've just been, with work and, I guess choir or whatever, it's been crazy for me, but here's my rationale. In 2023, they lost 8 games in a row at the beginning of September. And then it was Mexican bingo night or something at the ballpark. So they were giving out it was Mexican bingo. You know what that's called? Anyway,
Loteria?
So I was what?
Loteria?
Yeah,
I'm
that.
pronouncing it wrong, but you know
yeah,
what I mean.
Loteria.
Nope.
So
not what I said.
So I told my mom, I'm like, hey, I know you would probably. So she's like, and I'm like, oh, come on, let's go. So they win that game. They kind of have their little September turnaround, and then they win the World Series. So now that I get to watch, that's gonna be the reset that they need. I know I'm delusional, but
you are insanely delusional because they're facing off against the Yankees,
who's pitching,
who look unbeatable. And they've got Will Warren on the bump.
And
Will Warren is undefeated on the year, has a sub-3 ERA and a 1.06 WHIP.
Yeah.
So
he's gonna
dominate that.
I will say,
third innings.
Eovaldi did do very good against the Yankees last time he pitched against them a week ago.
He is a good Yankees lineup destroyer.
But
he learned how to pitch like that when he was in Boston. But.
Yeah. That was at Globe Life, so maybe he goes back to being kind of shaky as he's been this year because for whatever reason the splitter is just not splitting anymore. And it's actually being hit very well this season.
Old. I mean, this next stretch of games could be very tough because you have 2 more against the Yankees, then you have the Cubs, then you have the Diamondbacks who they never can seem to beat in the regular season, I feel like. And then
beat them when it mattered.
Yeah, and then the Astros and then the Rockies.
Well, the Astros are a free win now.
I mean, it's still
No.
rivalry
Can't
games,
ever
so
say
I
that.
feel
Well,
like they will find a way. And
No,
Rangers,
so-
There'll be some Jose Altuve BS at the end.
We've got a little bit of green pastures. I don't know what to call it. You don't have to play Correa anymore.
don't have to play
Sean,
Correa.
you've got a graphic if you want it for Correa back there. You've also got the standings, whatever you want to roll. You've got the news coming down. That man tore like 9 ligaments in his ankle.
and that was his good ankle too.
Oh,
Gone.
I didn't hear about that. That's
gone
news to
for
me.
the rest of the year. Might be
Dang.
gone for the start of next year.
That might be
Yeah,
career
8 to 9
ending.
months timetable, I think.
Yep.
Dang.
8 to 9 months.
Well, he was already on the decline though, so like
He had a turn up last year. He was
Right.
really good. Him and Springer both.
I think it
Figured it
doesn't
out.
matter if he's on a decline for a month or anything. He's Carlos Correa. He was at one point the number 1 draft pick way back in the
and
day.
probably
He's
at
always
least
going to be a
top 3
top
shortstop.
guy.
Yeah,
So, but the Astros look like a AAA team out there, outside of Altuve.
Alvarez, sorry. We forgot about Jordan,
Yeah,
the
MVP
Ranger
level
killer.
play.
yeah. But he's always hurt. That's the only problem with
Didn't help
Jordan.
his start this
I
year.
love him. He
Nice
was there in
graphic.
Corpus when I was there, and he hit a ball over the right field outfield. In right field, there is a water park, and there's a water slide, a really tall water slide that you can see. It's not technically a part of the ballpark; it's like its own separate thing. But he hit it above the top of that. It was at least like a 5-6 story.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Water slide because of all the stairs that he had to go up to get to it.
Yep.
He hit a ball over the top of that. I swear it landed in the ocean
Yeah.
over that because behind that is the ocean, and
Yep.
it was awesome to see that ball hit there in Corpus. But so I like Jordan, but again, he's injured all the time. You only
Yeah.
count on him for like a month, and then he's gone for a month, and he's back for
Yeah.
a month, and he's gone for a month. But yeah, here's your standings. The
Might wanna-
Athletics
Full screen on this
lead
one?
Yeah,
the
blow it
West, which I did not think you could say that
That's
in 2026.
You can't chalk the Rangers as being done if they're. I mean, I know none of us have said it, but like I think we need to wait a little bit because they're still only 2 games behind. So
They're 2 games back of a terrible AL West.
Yeah.
So then you got the Yankees starting to pull away from the East. I don't know if anybody in that East is going to keep
the
up.
Rays are
Yeah, the Rays are there, but are they?
They don't seem sustainable.
9-1 in their last. Their pitching has, right?
Yeah,
The pitching's
Their
been
pitching's
crazy.
been out of the world.
That's always the Rays. It's like they can find
They're
any guy.
Illegal pitching
go
lab.
Then you got the Guardians in the 500 league of the Central.
Where did the White Sox come from?
Munataka.
Well, everybody in the Central.
Murakami.
I forgot about him.
Everybody in the Central is 500. I mean,
Yep.
It is very
it's
interesting
the same
to see.
over in the NL Central.
Yeah.
Well, the Cubs are not, but
Well, it's very interesting to see the AL. You look, and only 2 teams are over 20 games, and the Rays are barely scraping by. You look over every single team in a playoff spot as at least 20 wins. I feel like just very interesting parity between the 2 leagues.
it is. And it's probably because you have better starting pitching over in the NL.
The
'Cause-
NL is more top and bottom heavy, and I think the AL is a bit more balanced. That's what it looks
you got
like.
some bad teams at the bottom
Yeah.
of the NL, but
I
you
feel
got
like-
some teams that shouldn't be bad at the bottom of the NL, like the Mets.
Yeah.
The Mets spend a lot of money to be bottom of the NL East.
Shout out to
Yeah.
the Central though; they're all over 500. That's
Yep.
pretty cool.
Like I said, the 500 league in the Centrals.
Yeah, I feel like the AL will make. I feel like the way how every team is shaped out so far, it's making the trade deadline seem really interesting, because I feel like a good 70% of the league is in a weird spot where it's like, okay, we are 500, but are we a good 500 or are we a lucky to be here kind of 500?
That's a
And
good
there's-
point. Yeah.
It'll be very interesting to see who is feeling like they're a good 500 and wants to keep their young players, and who's a bad 500 and wants to ship them. Because I feel like you said everybody in the American is top heavy.
No, the NL. The NL.
The NL is top heavy.
Mhm.
So are say the White Sox, who are in the wild card 3 position, Are they actually going to hold on to some of their young players and try to go for the wild card
I would
/ title win over the Guardians?
I would hold on to him.
Or are they
and
going to
try it
send him
next year.
to Atlanta?
No, try it. I'd keep everybody and just keep adding next year. Next year could be when their window kind of opens.
Yeah, I mean, it
You
could
never
be
know.
interesting to see if they do try to buy. I mean, they have a good bit of younger talent. I think as long as you keep a core of Murakami,
You can't trade him, yeah.
Kyle Teal, and Colson Montgomery, I think that's your 3 guys that you should be set to go with. Kyle Teal, great catcher, got him in the White Sox Boston trade, and he has been really good both sides of the plate. Colson Montgomery has been surprisingly great as a power hitter, which I feel like
Yeah.
I don't think he was like really listed to be a huge power guy as shortstop. He was kind of listed to be like a mini Corey Seager basically, which I mean he for a shortstop can hit for pop, but he was expected to be very all around offensively.
Yep.
But he has been really good since he got called up last season. Then Murakami has been incredible at hitting home runs. Hit his first career double like 2 days ago.
That's odd.
Crazy it took him that long, but I believe it's like he has like 14 singles, 14 homers, 1 double.
Yeah,
Like it's
that's
just the most
wild.
bizarre stat line. But he has been very successful for the White Sox so far, and he's hitting top velo. His last home run was hit off a 98-mile-per-hour fastball, and he's one of the only people in the league to have multiple home runs off 98-mile-per-hour, like 98-plus
Yeah.
fastballs. So the people that said he couldn't hit for pop look a little weird now.
I mean, the batting average is
Or
a
for
little.
high velo.
The
Sorry.
batting average for Murakami's a little low, but like, who cares, honestly? If
feel
you're
like-
hitting like he does.
I think MLB now today is if you're batting
It's
above 230, you're you
Well,
have a chance to be a decent hitter.
His OBP's elite. It's 378. So, yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
I would be yelled at by a possible future host of the press box here, Brendan Selke, if I didn't mention the Cardinals over there in the wild card spot, led by Jordan Walker, the young
That has been
gun
a
that
very
he is.
Yeah, that's been a very fun surprise to see him actually break out and turn into closer to the player that he was expected to be after a couple of years of been really unsuccessful.
Only problem is they're playing the Brewers today at home, top of the 6th. They're down 5-0.
Not great.
Not great. But that's a little bit of a look at the MLB. Rangers need to pick it up. Don't know if they will.
So, are we doing an overhaul next week?
We might do an overhaul next week. I think that would be fun.
I like
Take a look at it. Like, if they were sellers, what would the roster look like? If they were buyers, whatever you want to take.
Where do you buy?
Yeah.
We'll talk more
Where
about
do you
it.
get rid of?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where do you go? Because you don't have to deal with the salary cap like we do in the NHL. So
Yeah, you
that's
do
even
have to
more
deal
fun.
with the owner not really wanting to spend anymore.
Yeah,
I think we all
yeah.
got to take what Ray
you
Davis
got
gives
tons
us.
of owners in the MLB that just need to sell their teams. Look at you, Boston.
Yeah.
I think it's also interesting looking at who gets traded, knowing that it gets more and more likely there's not a baseball season next year because
Well,
Dude, that's scary. Like,
lockout is getting very close. Negotiations are not getting
They're
any
not
better.
going.
Wait,
The MLB has the worst negotiating ever. They lost the 95 season.
94.
What?
94.
94? 95?
Yeah. Splitting hairs, but
95
I'm pretty
playoffs.
Sure,
How about that?
Yeah,
Pretty sure it was 94. Because that was the year the Expos were supposed to win it, right? Because 95 was
No.
the Braves when they won it.
Was it 94 when they won it?
Yeah, 94 was the lockout, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. Anyways, it was one of those years that was locked out then.
Yeah.
We had another locked out shortened season 2012? Was that right?
I don't think there's been a shortened season.
Didn't we miss like 20 games or something like that for the lockout?
I feel like
No.
I know it got close. I don't remember. If,
Well, in 2022,
Yeah.
they had to speed up the season
Well-
a little bit, but it wasn't like a crazy. Like, they still played all the games. Maybe you're thinking like NHL because they've had a couple of shortened.
The NHL is also bad at
yeah,
negotiating.
so,
So why does-
21 and 22 had the owner implemented lockout. Last one was 1990, 1976, and 1973.
Oh, 94 was the strike, right? it was like the player strike or some kind of strike, and that's why the season
Oh,
stopped.
is it not called a lockout?
No,
That's
it
weird.
wasn't called a lockout in '94.
Well, whatever. The owners suck in the MLB. I despise most of the owners. The NHL, I feel like, has good owners. The NBA has some questionable owners, but overall pretty good. The NFL, again, you have a very top-heavy good category, and you also have a very top-heavy bad category.
Right.
But, there's certain ones that are bad just because they do dumb things like Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones is more on the bad side, but he's at least spending a lot of money. He cares about his team. In the MLB, those dudes don't care at all, and they are like,
Yeah.
I don't want to spend money. I bought this just to buy it. I don't want to spend money.
Yeah.
Like the A's, like Boston, like
Milwaukee
Milwaukee. Oh,
At
my
least
goodness.
Milwaukee is good though.
is successful, but like unless
That's
you're
like saying
Christian,
the Rays.
They haven't won the World
The
Series.
Rays are another ownership group that build a new freaking stadium.
Yeah.
Don't rely on the city to build you a stadium.
I will be going to the Trop this summer, so
I
maybe it's better. Maybe it's better than we think. But just looking at it, like, no,
It's not better.
no, it's not.
I need to get out to the Trop,
Hey,
but it's not better.
Tickets are cheap. We have like $50 tickets right behind the dugout. So
Well, when nobody goes to the
nobody
games,
goes,
yeah.
it's real easy to get some cheap tickets. Back in the mid 2000s, when the Rangers were bad and nobody would go because it was hot in August, I could go to every single August game for like $10.
yeah,
It was awesome. You'd pay $5 in parking, $10 for a ticket, and maybe $10 in concessions, and you'd get 3 or 4 different things. That was peak right then, because you could go to 30, 50, 60 games
yeah.
a year and not spend more than like $500. Now you go to 3 games, there's $500.
I miss the old park.
I miss it too. We talked about it the last time.
I don't care. I don't
give
care
me
about
my
the
old
hot
ballpark
weather.
back.
We have fans. We have the cool towels. We have. You can bring a ice bag or whatever. Like,
Get one of the lemon chill ices.
hey, Astros fans are actually pretty nice. We had a guy when we went to a game at the old park, and we were like third row. It was like 110 degrees, and this nice Astros fan just takes out his cooler and hands me like a giant block of ice. And like that was like the nicest thing ever, because like the Rangers were getting their butts kicked that day, but like it was nice to at least cool off.
Typical late
I mean,
2010s.
It's
It was 2018, I think.
it's all Texans. Texans are a very nice
Yeah.
set of people. New York, if they're bad,
No.
they're mean. If they're good, they're
The
mean.
meaner.
Yeah.
Yeah, meaner.
Yeah.
But Texans always gonna help out
The
fellow Texans.
Southern hospitality.
We might yell your team sucks, but
It's not directed at you.
yeah, it's not anything personal. We know that it's not personal. So the other big thing to talk about in the MLB real quick, Framber Valdez.
Oh
How
yeah,
do you feel
another
about
incident.
what happened last night
Another
with
incident.
Framber Valdez?
Man, I was wondering like how long would it take until he had just another like big blow up
He's got anger
since he's been
issues.
signed, and it only took like 2 months, not even.
Yeah, dude, that was probably the worst game of his career. And
I don't know if it's the worst game of his career, but it's definitely one of the biggest blow-ups of his career.
I understand being frustrated. I wouldn't be happy if I gave up 10 runs, but like he's got some anger issues for sure.
Yeah, it is. I will say, very frustrating guy, but I love the commitment to the "I didn't do anything" bit that he has with anything he clearly did, because they talked about the interview and his manager's like, I mean, that looked pretty pretty intentional. I don't know. And then next thing you see, it's an interview from Valdez. Is like, it's just slipped. Sorry. First 4-seam fastball I threw all day, but it slipped.
Yep.
Like, I don't know.
Or like, I think, is this worse than when he drilled his catcher on purpose?
I don't think it's worse, because this is at least another player. That was a teammate.
Yeah, that is fair. Yeah.
I don't know. His catcher said it was his fault too afterwards. It didn't look like it was his fault.
Framber's fault or the catcher's fault?
The catcher said it was his fault.
Okay.
The Astros catcher, who was that he drilled? I don't remember.
Carantini?
Maybe.
It was a younger guy, I thought. I can't remember.
He said that was they got crossed up. He hit 2 buttons on the pitch comm. It didn't work. He doesn't think. So he took some responsibility. I don't think he should have. And maybe it's just because the Astros said,
I think there was a
hey, you
little
got to go
damage
back
control.
our guy.
Yeah.
But I think this is a worse look because if you go look at Twitter, some people are saying it's not because he gave up back-to-back home runs and is in 3 home runs and 4 batters, all that. It's that Story got a double off of him in like the 2nd inning and did something on second base to show up somebody on the Dodgers. I don't remember if it was the Dodgers, the Tigers. I don't remember if it was the second baseman or the shortstop, but that's people are claiming that Story said something to one of them, and then Fromber then got mad at that, and that's why he threw at him. But coming off of the 2 home runs,
seems
it
a lot
looks
more. I'm leaning more
suspicious.
towards 2 home runs.
So the catcher for that game, y'all never gonna expect. It was a guy named Cesar Salazar.
I knew that.
He has 56 career at bats. I knew it was somebody young, but I thought maybe it could have been like Caratini. But I mean, he's hardly ever played in the MLB.
Yeah, that's why I remembered Salazar because, it was just such a random name. What?
One of those random Astros.
But yeah, not a good look for Fromber. I've never been a fan of his.
Never have. Luckily, I feel like the Rangers always had his number, so I never
they always
never
did.
hate him because he was good. It was just really funny to see us always.
The interesting thing too, he was another guy that was in Corpus while I was there. He was kind of a jerk to a lot of the Corpus people, so you could already see some of the issues he had. But also, he wasn't good in Double-A. I know hardly pitchers are. Sometimes they dominate and they get called up instantly, so you don't really look at the Double-A numbers.
Yeah.
Others, they are just looking for, can they do certain things in certain situations? Then they call them up. But he wasn't, dominating at all. Never had a dominating performance. Gets called up, and all of a sudden he gets to Houston, and he has, 3 no-hit bids right in a row or whatever. And I was
kind of what? That's just what the Astros have always done, though.
I want to know what they do between Corpus and Houston. Because, like I said, I worked in Corpus. I had to be at the ballpark early to set up cameras, everything like that. I saw them working through processes in bullpen sessions and stuff like that. They never, changed the spin rate there, but you get to Houston, and their spin rate goes up 2,000 RPM, and it was what the heck are they doing in Houston?
Yeah. Yep.
And it was Trevor Bauer that tried to discover some of that. And he found out the spider tack thing, which was Garrett Cole's thing. Now Garrett Cole not pitching as well.
He's
not pitching at all.
He's rehabbing, right? He
pitched last night.
Did y'all see his new how he throws now?
It's more.
No, it's the same motion, but instead of just bringing it to his stomach, it's a fluid over the head wind up now.
Yeah, but his arm angle was a little different too, wasn't it?
I think it was a tad different.
Also,
but
his catcher nearly died on a foul ball last night. He did not care.
Oh, I didn't see that.
You got to look that up. So there was a foul ball that unfortunately hit his catcher right where it shouldn't hit a catcher.
Oh no!
And he just was looking at him, was motioning to the trainers or the coaches or somebody come get him. But he's just standing there you're taking up my time. I need to throw pitches. He just looks upset that he is in Trenton,
right,
throwing baseballs.
How old is he? He's got to be
He's got to be 36, 37, right?
Because he's been in the league since 2013.
I think 36?
35.
35. Wow.
Wow.
September 8th is his birthday.
There you go. Alrighty. Well, that's the MLB coverage, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll end it on that. Now there's a little bit more fun, I guess. Racing.
Yeah.
Texas, NASCAR-wise.
It was a Texas race.
It was a Texas race.
I don't know.
My boy Chase won.
Oh boy.
Your man came in second.
Again.
Haha.
Okay.
I was
just
just
like
happy
pointing
we
that
got. I was just happy Wallace got a top 10. Start very back of the pack. Didn't do much in the stages, but taking 9th place. Needed that after Talladega.
Yep.
And
Bowman was third.
Yeah, third
Bowman,
place.
did he finish third? Or
Yeah,
did he finish
he was third. Yeah, there were a lot of good finishers because obviously Chase and I guess it's nice if you're a Chase fan because he's kind of struggled, I guess, to find wins the past few years. But
Yeah, not that good.
I wouldn't say he's not that good, but I'd say Chase is like maybe the 5th best driver on the series right now, depending on
Who are your
who
top
you
5
ask.
then?
I would say. Oh, now I got to reconsider. Honestly, right now I would take Chase over Kyle Larson, just based on how Larson's performed.
I've never been a Kyle Larson fan.
I would say.
I know he was really good, but I've never been a fan of Larson's. I always think the talk of him being the best driver in the world was ill-advised too,
Yeah.
because of how many mistakes
I mean,
he
he
makes.
only had like that bonkers one
2021,
season,
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
like other than that, like he's been really good, but he's not.
He was average when he was in the 40.
When he was with
car,
Ganassi,
42.
when he was with
42?
Ganassi, he would always have impressive performances, but he was never like a championship caliber guy.
I'll say you will understand this. I think Kyle Larson is George Russell.
That's fair. Yeah. In a way, maybe. I don't know.
Somebody
I
who
would-
outperforms a car, but if everything is not perfect, is not going to get a top 10 finish. I know NASCAR is different than F1, but
That's a
F1
pretty
is like
good
top 5
comparison.
finish.
Yeah.
But
Okay, I need to see a list of the drivers so I can.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now I'd say top 5, and not really in any particular order. I'd say Hamlin, Reddick, obviously.
is Reddick the driver or is it the car?
Those 20 through
I
11
think-
cars are like souped up, I think.
I think
in
it's
some
the
way.
driver. I think he's been good since he was with RCR. He has always shown to be like he can put up a really good performance on the right track. I think you're just I don't know why you don't like him, but I think he's a
I
very
really don't like
I would
Tyler
say
Reddick.
I'd say definitely Blaney, Hamlin, Reddick, and then you could make an argument for like Briscoe, but he's been really bad this
say
year.
Byron,
Byron, yeah, I think you could, but he's
Christopher Bell.
yeah, Bell's. Although the standings are weird, like you have the
Bell is
standings
cursed
pulled
at
up.
Texas.
Yeah, well, Bell's always had good runs at Texas, but he's never.
There's your standings. Byron down, what was that, 10th?
Yeah,
Yeah.
not a great start for
Hey,
him.
those RFK cars though, pretty.
Man,
Pretty
talk
good.
about Hocevar
Yeah.
really getting some big points from that win. Was he a top 10 in Texas? I
Yeah,
don't
he
think
was
so.
like
Was
he was 9th, I
Man.
think.
I know he was running up there in the front, but he was on the alternate strategy
He was
and
7th, yeah.
just out of
Yeah.
nowhere gets that
Another-
7th place. Man,
Another Spire guy to talk about, Daniel Suarez. I feel like has definitely proved this year, like okay, he definitely can hang in the Cup Series because
if
I
he had a
think-
little bit better car, I think he wins that Texas race. He was
yeah. He
driving.
was 6th, yeah.
He was driving the lug nuts off that
Well,
car.
he got kind of shuffled back, right?
Yeah.
In the middle, but he came back to finish 6th. So
yeah, he got loose in the middle stint
yeah.
and shuffled to the back.
But yeah, I think it kind of shows like maybe Trackhouse isn't that great.
I think that's
anymore.
a given now. I think this year has really shown that they have. I think they stretched themselves too thin way too quickly.
Yeah.
And they lost. I feel like they lost factory support. I don't think they're one of the
is
top.
Pitbull still?
no,
with
he
them?
left.
He left.
He left, and then as soon as he left, they were like, "All right, Suarez."
I think with all the publicity they got with Ross, I think it kind of like made the expectations maybe a little too high.
There's another guy I don't like. I don't like Ross Chastain.
Yeah, I don't. Wait, is Ross on that list?
He is not
yeah.
up there. Ty Gibbs is up there. Ty Gibbs, a
He's
little bit of an interesting
he's
Texas race.
coming around.
Biggest shock to me looking at standings: Chris Buescher,
Yeah.
5th place.
From
Yeah, let's go,
Prosper,
Chris.
From Prosper, Texas, which, by the way, is a population of 30,000.
I think it's more than that.
Oh,
but
well, now it is. That's what Rick Allen proclaimed it as when he
yeah,
won that one race.
I mean, yeah, back when Rick Allen was doing races, It was
like
30,000
3
because
years
they
ago.
only had one high school.
Well,
Now they
yeah.
have 5.
My aunt and uncle moved out there thinking it was gonna be like some like small town, and now it's like
Yeah,
blowing
like I said,
up.
they had one high school. Now they have 5.
Yeah,
A bit more than one.
yeah.
They're going full Frisco with it.
Yeah.
Like Frisco in the 90s was an unnamed northern town of Dallas, and now all of a sudden it's almost bigger than Dallas.
Also, congrats to Eric Jones for finally winning a stage. I
When they said that, I was shocked.
I don't know why. I was like standing up while watching the race, and my mom's like behind me, and Mike Joy's like, "Oh, this is Eric Jones's first ever stage win." And I turned to my mom, and I'm like, "Surely that's a mistake. That's his first of the season, I'm sure."
Nope.
But like, he never got a stage win off of like strategy or just being in like a Gibbs car. Like, and he's a good driver.
He's
like,
a good driver.
Like
yeah.
it's super weird, but good for him.
Yeah. Circling back to Gibbs, you said Gibbs again. Ty Gibbs, a little interesting Texas race. We think he gets Ryan real upset at him. Ryan Priest, that is.
I didn't see that. What happened? I kind
So
of missed it.
Ty powers through the corner and drops below Priest, and Priest has a meltdown in his car.
Yeah, I was seeing all the
And 30 laps later, he dumps him, and Ty is out of the race.
It was interesting to see that Ryan Priest got docked 25 points.
Oh,
a
yeah, I
fine,
did
and
see
then
that.
Kyle Busch got nothing.
What did Kyle do?
He got into it with Nemechek. Nemechek got
Nemechek.
really mad about it.
Completely, yeah.
I know, but what did Nemechek was the one that did something. Kyle didn't do it, did he?
Yeah, no.
I
Kyle like turned him into the wall, like doored him because
Yeah.
he wasn't clear.
Yeah, but it was the classic Kyle. I'm just driving in a straight line. I'm gonna door you, but I know I'm not gonna get fined for it, right? Like he didn't do what Priest did. Priest was in the middle of a corner.
Yeah, he wrecked
and
him on
turned.
purpose. Yeah.
And
I just feel like
Ty went.
I think the
flying.
big difference was that Ryan Priest said on the radio, "Hey, next time I see him, I'm wrecking him."
Yeah, he said next time I see him, I'm wrecking him. 30 laps later, he comes up to him, wrecks him, and then he immediately comes on the radio. He didn't touch my car. I didn't do anything to him.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh really, bud?
I found the in-car camera, and yeah, he just basically sends it right into his bumper.
It was
Yes.
just very weird it's such a small incident. Like I feel like watching the in-car for what started it seemed weird because it was just a normal dive bomb. Like yeah, he rode up the track a little bit, but part of that I think was the car behind him. I think it was Ross behind him who kind of pushed him as well. So it seemed very weird to be that just inflamed over, especially for someone who is a big short track like modified racer and stuff like that. You think you'd be
okay with a slide job.
Yeah.
Ryan Priest does seem to be a bit of a, I guess, fiery kind of guy. Like he gets emotional easily in any which way, but I think that's great. But like in some circumstances, it's probably not the greatest.
Yeah. Well, NASCAR, that's what happened. F1 was also this weekend.
I forgot about it completely.
Yeah.
decent race too.
Well, was it good?
Was it decent? I mean, it was a Miami race. I will give F1 huge amount of credit. They fixed the yo-yo cars by changing the battery. I didn't think changing it as little as they did would actually change anything, but they fixed the yo-yo cars. There was not the yo-yoing. Now, you could still pass with some boost and stuff like that, which was nice. And I didn't but you didn't see guys running out of energy through a corner or anything like that, which was better. But that man is on a tear, Kimi Antonelli.
Yep.
I think he will be champion this year.
Three
That's
wins
so
in a row
crazy.
now. It's been a long break. I can't think. I
He's
think
like a year older than us. Like that's
Well, not him.
crazy to think.
yeah,
about.
he's not a year older than me.
Well,
Yeah, Beals.
us. I meant,
There's
like,
not a single driver older than older than Beals.
I think Lewis is older than Beals, and that might be it, honestly. Or no, Bottas.
Nico's older.
Yeah, Nico definitely.
There is one driver y'all are all forgetting that I feel like is a really obvious one.
Sergio.
Fernando.
Oh, Fernando. Yeah.
Fernando's
Fernando.
older.
But
yeah.
like
Fernando,
be top of the list.
Bottas.
When is Fernando gonna
Sergio.
be done? Like I don't know when.
According to Fernando's racing until he goes out.
till he's 90.
Yeah. Fernando said, I'm at the peak of my
I mean, if you're finishing
level.
15th a lap down, I feel like every week, are you really...
Who cares if you like to drive the car?
I mean, if
he's
it's fun,
gonna
sure.
do something. He's gonna get out of his contract with Aston Martin or something and go drive somewhere else. The Aston Martin this week in qualifying was slower than an F2 car.
Yeah.
So things are bad at Honda. Things are bad at Aston Martin. I don't know what they're going to do.
The fact that he got the 15th was very admirable, I feel like.
Well, he got the 15th because everybody else crashed.
Yeah. Well, what happened?
Miguel, roll the highlights if we can here.
I completely missed the race because I didn't know they moved it up. Nobody told me. So
yeah, they quietly announced that it was 3 hours early because of the rain headed toward Miami.
I found about it because someone posted on Twitter. It was like you can watch the Miami Grand Prix from the Miami traffic cam.
Yeah, same with Vegas. Okay. Here's the start. Max sends it in. So does Kimmy. Kimmy goes off the track. Max then powers on too much, and around he goes. Incredible. Nobody hits him. I don't know how Gasly doesn't touch him.
Yeah.
Max just around he goes, gets back on the gas. He dropped all the way to 9th. Had a few run-ins with a few cars in the midfield. Kind of upset Carlos Sainz because he dive bombed him after Sainz passed Verstappen, and Verstappen then dive bombed him, and Carlos came on the radio and said
a great save.
Yeah, it was a great save. He came on the radio and said he just does whatever he wants because he's basing the midfield. That's so not right, or something like that. You also had a moment, if we could run the Gasly moment there, Miguel.
This looks like Antonelli.
Yeah, it's Antonelli passing.
That's Hadjar. Ooh.
Yep, there goes Isaac.
Clip
the wall.
Oh, this is
and
Gasly.
Here's
Whoa,
the Gasly.
Wow. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
That
Liam Lawson decided not to stop, even though he was there.
Yeah, I feel like Lawson has to be one of the biggest, like most recent, just complete busts in F1. Like, I feel like the hype around him was very large, and I feel like even since he's gotten sent down, he has not been.
Oh, he's been real bad, and especially there, he should have never been locking the tires there because he was being outbraked by everyone. If you go back a little bit further, and he then locks the tires and almost turns away from the wall so he doesn't hit the wall himself, like Hadjar did. Hadjar was really upset at himself in the car afterwards, but you see. He kind of goes toward Gasly, and Gasly then flips in a really scary moment. But testament to how safe these cars are now.
I feel like the F1 cars are very prone to flipping for some reason.
It is odd the way when they roll over each other, how easily they can just
it's
flip.
Yeah.
The Indy car has the flaps like the NASCAR, and NASCAR has the flaps that all keep them from...
NASCAR hasn't had a rollover in a bit, I feel like. I think Ryan Preece Daytona his second one was probably the last time that I can remember because it hasn't happened this year.
Yeah. I don't know what would keep the F1 because...
They're already so downforce heavy as it is. Like, how do you keep them more grounded?
Yeah, it's an interesting point that also Miguel really wants to watch. If you want to roll... The next highlight there, Miguel. He wants to see Leclerc, who just tumbles down the order. Up in first. There goes Lando. There goes Kimi.
What happened to him?
He just is driving a Ferrari.
Ferrari.
I thought Ferrari was bringing upgrades.
They did, except everybody else brought better upgrades because there goes Piastri. And then Leclerc decides to pull Verstappen.
Spun.
The only problem is he's not Verstappen. And in the spin, hits the wall. And ensuing that, he then gets passed by George, who had a broken wing himself after running into Max. And then Max goes through on Leclerc there at the end as well. So a rough few laps for Charles. where he
Pure
just tumbled
chaos.
down from leading the Grand Prix to 6th. So, yeah. Miami, better for these types of cars. We'll see if this boost change fixes it. What's up next? Anybody know?
Canada.
Canada? Is that
It's in a couple weeks.
in a couple weeks?
The 24th.
Okay. Oh, right. It's the same weekend as
Wait, they're not doing
the Indy 500. And they're running Canada at the same time as the Indy 500.
but they're not doing the
No more triple.
what they traditionally do. Yeah, somebody should try to do the triple one day.
I don't think logistically.
Yeah, you'd have to be a.
You also had to get signed
Yeah,
to
you'd have
F1
to
for
be an
one
F1.
race deal.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't work. But yeah, Canada. I don't know why they're taking away the triple. I liked that.
I loved it too. You watch the F1 race, then you go watch the Indy 500, then you watch
Go
Charlotte.
600.
You have a whole day of racing, and they never overlapped.
It's perfect.
And I'm going.
Now F1 is ruining it.
I'm going to the Byron Nelson that day, so I'm gonna miss the Indy 500. But
Tisk,
that's
tisk.
what tisk.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. I would not proudly
I
admit
love
that.
golf though.
Yeah, you've been really into golf lately.
I'm going to the PGA. Oh yeah, I told you I'm volunteering for the PGA Championship.
Yeah, I was trying
next
to
year.
get tickets. I don't really want to go. My friends want to go, but I'm not really into like watching golf. I'll play golf. I really
I'll
like
play
playing.
a good bit of golf.
I love watching the Masters, but I don't like watching like just. A
You
random
have to be
street
like a
golf.
really nerd, like kind of.
Yeah.
You just
But I
gotta be a
guess it's
different
the same
breed,
with
Bills.
So,
Gotta be a different breed.
certain people think the same about racing or what
wrestling.
Alex and I will talk about here in a minute.
It's just
with
such a
professional
draw
wrestling
for
or
me
anything.
because it's calm and it's like just seeing all these guys make these crazy shots it's amazing, and I love that no matter who, like, they will always cheer for, like, if you make your putt, like, no matter who it is. Well, I guess like Rory or some of the international guys will get like the USA chants thrown at them, but like other than that, like, golf fans are super respectful.
To a point.
Yeah.
Unless you go look at the shoot.
Ryder Cup.
Yeah, the
No,
Ryder Cup.
no, the Ryder Cup is one, but I was thinking it's the Waste Management
Yeah.
Open or whatever.
Oh yeah, weren't they like throwing stuff at like?
That's a tradition that they. So if you make a like hole in one on 16, everybody throws their beer bottles on the course
Oh, I didn't know
or
that.
things like that. It's a really dumb thing. It's basically just an excuse to go out and like drink and stuff like that.
Well, and they also
for golf fans or whatnot, and so
when,
like it's not your traditional golf fans.
when Matsuyama was lining up for his what could have been his game-winning putt, somebody yelled from the crowd,
Yeah,
and he had to stop, and then
Yeah.
he ended up losing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's rough.
Yep.
But we got the Indy 500 Canada coming up in 2 weeks. We'll talk about that soon. We'll see if the cars sustain themselves. Miguel will love this in the control room. It was announced over the weekend by the FIA president, Mohammed bin Salman, I believe
Yeah.
is his last name.
Yeah.
F1's going to the V8. You hear that?
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
That's fun.
They say that the turbo hybrids are too expensive to develop, and the engine splitting is not working. Clearly, by them changing the rules already on how to make these cars not just lose all the power in the world and everything like that.
2031.
But yeah, that's the only drawback. 2031 would
Dang.
be when the V8 comes in.
why can't
At
they
least
just
hope
like
on the horizon
why can't they just like make them right now?
because
Owners don't want that.
because the manufacturers agreed to the rules being set till 2031.
Oh.
2031, they can say these are the rules. If you want to participate in the sport, you have to agree to this.
Oh, okay.
But they already agreed to these, and so you might see Audi and Honda disappear from the sport in 2031 because they don't want to do the V8 thing and sustainable fuel. They want turbo hybrids. But Mohammed bin Salman said that they're going to the V8 because auto manufacturers are going away from
hybrids. Yeah.
and energy reliant cars.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Tesla is done so well that other manufacturers are stopping it, but also the benefits from governments around the world, not just America, aren't giving the benefits for electric cars that they were under older administrations and stuff like that.
Yep.
So the only reason some of those manufacturers wanted to develop the engine in the F1 thing is because they wanted to see what it would work somewhat in a consumer car. Like, could they take that technology and make it work? Now they don't care because it won't be in a consumer car.
Yeah. One more thing before I go. What do you guys think about the Watkins Glen track limits that they put in?
I didn't see where. I heard they put them in. I didn't see where are they.
It's not like an enforced rule, but they're putting tire barriers on the edge of turn 1, and then I think they're putting tire barriers on the exit of the long right-hander.
The
carousel
15 or whatever?
It's the one after the
the
bus stop.
one after the S's?
Yeah.
Okay, that one nobody really goes off that much.
I kind of like
the tire barrier one.
I kind of don't like that. I feel like I
don't like the tire barrier in one.
What
I like
that's the whole appeal of the Watkins
is
Glen.
everyone going like 5 wide.
5 wide around that turn, and
what
turn
if
1 is awesome.
Like, what if somebody has a problem at that part of the track? Like, where are they going to stop? Like, there's
You
no...
can go around the tires. I mean, it's not a brick wall.
Well, I mean...
No, I mean, it'll extend the wall.
Well,
so I don't know if you can
this is
go...
what it looks like. So, I guess you could kind of go around, but...
Oh, it's not going to go up to the wall, so it's not going to be like a safer barrier?
No.
No.
That's weird.
But, yeah, I think the one after the carousel, I think that's probably a good idea because there are a lot of crashes there. And it could
but
be a
nobody
problem.
really goes that far out. They just have a lot of crashes.
Yeah, I guess.
The turn 1, it would be like if they shorten where the wall comes together at 16, coming off the last turn towards the start finish line.
Yeah.
If they shortened that or made that more tire barrier or anything like that, that would be real bad because like that's the most fun part. Like you go back to when they ran the full course with the Marcus Ericsson and Kozlowski duel.
Yeah.
They didn't
That
run.
was
They've
awesome.
never ran the full.
Wasn't that the full course?
No.
I don't think they've ever. Yeah, they never really ran the boot.
The one with Marcus and Brad,
I thought they were in the boot in that clip.
It was the same course. No, it was crazy because they were all. Brad had like a problem with his car,
Right.
and so Marcus was a lot faster, but Brad just wasn't letting him by, and they just kept hitting each other
Yeah, it
and
was
going
awesome.
through the grass. Yeah, one of the best finishes ever.
Yeah. So we'll see how that works.
Yeah.
That's this week, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. We'll talk about that next week.
Maybe Denny can steal a top 15
Hey.
on a road course.
There you go.
Yep.
All right. We'll get you out of here because me and Alex want to talk a little wrestling.
Busy week.
And it was a very busy week in the world of wrestling. Huge shock. Rip the New Day.
Yeah.
New Day gone.
Kofi
and Xavier
20
gone.
years in WWE. Won a title and almost every year at least had a title in his hands, except I think like 2018 and 20 like some periods in the 2020s. But throughout most of his career was a tag champion or intercontinental or U.S. champion.
He had the long run with the U.S. there in the heart of the SOS days.
Yeah, and then Xavier Woods, one of the most consistent guys on the mic, I feel like.
I didn't realize he had been there as long as he had been.
Yeah, because he debuted around like beginning of Black and Gold NXT.
He was in FCW.
Yeah, FCW.
So he was there 19 years. Kofi there 22. That's crazy.
Insane.
Both felt like WWE lifers.
Yeah, I remember seeing the notification, just like, there's no way. Like, I think especially with all the stuff that Woods does outside of just wrestling, like with the up, down channel and everything, all the like stuff he does for the 2K games, seemed like a lock. But I know like right now they said they're trying to lock him down on a Tyler Breeze deal, basically, where he's going to be an ambassador for the 2K games but doesn't wrestle. I can't see him taking that.
I don't think he does.
I feel like unless they only accept the release because it's like, all right, we're done wrestling. But if they, I feel like they still have more in the tank, especially at the other company.
I think they go. Let me see if I can pull up the list of tag teams. Actually, I don't know if I'll. I think the list would probably be blocked, but the amount of tag teams that AEW could have if they signed them, oh my goodness,
Sign them and maybe Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah, they could do a Continental Classic
just
for the tag teams.
Awesome.
That would be so cool to have a tournament like that, a New Japan Tag League kind of thing.
Yeah, tag team tournaments I think are probably the most underrated ones because it's just some of the greatest I feel like you can tell so many storytellings with tag team wrestling done right, and I think AEW overall has always been a really great tag team company. I mean, you have so many great matches. Any Young Bucks match in the last couple of years, they've been on a great run recently. Young Bucks versus Hangman and Kenny, all-time classic tag team match. FTR has put up some great ones. I feel like adding New Day to the mix, or I'll probably be I forgot about their
revived afternoon.
the Midnight Hours with their finishing name. Finisher
that wouldn't be bad.
I would like Midnight Hour with Austin Creed and Kofi Kingston.
Yeah, that would be pretty good because like you said, Kofi is his real name, so he can use Kofi Kingston. Xavier Woods probably goes back to his pre-WWE name of Austin Austin Creed
or Consequences Creed if he really wants to go back to TNA.
Yeah. He could bust out the American shorts again.
Yeah,
if he wanted to.
I don't know, but
I think they have an easy landing spot.
We forget the possibility of them facing off against Bishop Dyer and Donovan Dijak at MLW.
Yeah, hey, Ooh. MLW coming to Nitec Sports Center later this month. I'll probably sneak my way in because I know
get some tickets.
The ways into the Nitec Sports Center, being the Brahma worker that I am, I could sneak in with my press credentials, see if I can watch some Bishop Dyer.
Dyer. I was always a big Donovan Dijak fan.
I like Donovan Dijak.
I love he had his last year in NXT. Put up some amazing matches. Had the 3-way match with Josh Briggs and Obafemi. Had the match with Wes Lee. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He was...
And then everybody raves about his Keith Lee match because it was just his PWG match. That was awesome. Incredible. Yeah, what... I won't look it up. Never mind. Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston. The reason they are gone from the WWE, I guess we should probably explain.
Pay cuts.
Asked to take a massive pay cut. Supposedly, there is a lot of people in WWE asked to take a massive amount of pay cuts.
Yeah, there was almost the rumor that was why Reigns pulled out of so many dates because he was originally scheduled for all of June and then all of a sudden wasn't. And then the reports with pay cuts coming out, I was like, okay, seems weird. But I think they said, now it's probably just, again, damage control, but they were trying to say that it was scheduling error. He was never planned to go at those dates just because he wasn't going to be there for the Saudi show. So I don't know what happened there. It seemed very weird, the circumstance with that, especially with his promo as soon as he won the title being, I will be here all summer.
Mm-hmm.
And then shows up 1 month of the summer. Or maybe he's going Australian summer with it and showing up in late August.
Well, his contract's coming up at the end of this year. He could be done because he does have opportunities in Hollywood. Could follow The Rock and go do things. But he also could be asked by WWE to not sign a contract that he's quote-unquote worth. And he could go elsewhere or, again, to Hollywood, whatever. He could be done. But TKO, which is the combined company of the WWE and UFC, were asking all of their contracted people in the WWE to take pay cuts. Well, not all. Yeah. We don't know who all they're asked.
I know
they've been supposedly asking a lot of people.
Yeah, the big rumor was the one where it's a top but not top pushed star took the pay cut and everyone pointed fingers to The Miz. I think it was Finn Balor.
It could have been Finn.
I feel like he fit the mold of top but not top pushed guy, and he also especially with how they've been presenting him more recently, could have maybe had that in the negotiations. Like, hey, we're giving you like this big push. We're actually making you like a important again. Take a little pay cut. Maybe you have a little trainer job in a couple years. Like,
yeah. Yeah. I don't. That could be spot on. The reason they're asking everybody to take pay cuts, they want the quarter one earnings report to show that they made money in quarter one,
yeah.
rather than lost money in quarter one. And if you go look at their numbers for WrestleMania, they did make money, but they sold a lot less merchandise, a lot less tickets. So they weren't actually on the projection that they promised shareholders they would be on. And if you promise shareholders we will be at this stage of the year, you have to basically give a reason why you're not. And they can't just say it's less popular or anything, because AEW is
Doing
the
great.
same product.
Yeah.
Doing really well and up on an uptick. Well, so they don't want to admit that they are killing the WWE, even though they are. Somebody put it this way. I listened to a bunch of wrestling podcasts, and I can't remember who said it. They said they would rather TKO would rather take $100 now than $1,000 down the line. And that very much is what they're kind of doing. They're not trying to sustain WWE for the next 20 years. They're just trying to sustain it for the next 2.
Yeah.
Because Endeavor, the parent company to TKO, who's a massive talent agency, could just dump WWE.
Yeah, I mean, in 10
UFC
years, they
whenever
can just
they
sell
want.
it. Yeah,
Whenever they want. They might not even hold on to it to the end of the year if it gets the popularity starts to dwindle like it currently is.
Right.
I mean, they're pulling out all the stops. Supposedly that's the reason why Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll were in WrestleMania matches, or involved in them and anything like that. Supposedly that's why, if Sean, you'll hit it, this man John Cena, whenever he shows up,
Pull it up.
He's at Backlash. I don't know. He supposedly, according to his Twitter, has a major announcement.
Club WWE. That's probably going to be the announcement, I feel like, because it was like about, the way he worded it with like the whole, like, this is going to be a huge thing to bring fans and wrestlers closer. And it seemed like everything that they've talked about with what the Club WWE thing was, with like, it's like subscription based, like, perk system is really weird.
Yeah, they would rather have the fans that aren't really fans, like corporate fans, buy tickets than actual fans buy tickets.
I remember seeing something about
so you
how
could be right.
They want to use Club WWE as a way to basically knock out like the IWC and basically have like their own like hive mind of people that will like, just so they can kind of kill out any of the discourse around WWE right now, because especially with how they've gotten like really strict with copyright.
Mm-hmm.
Because before they're like, oh yeah, just react to our shows, like we'll post it during the pay-per-view, we'll show all your reactions, keep doing it. Now they're not allowing anything because it's all negative.
Yeah, everybody's reactions are now behind paywalls and everything. I was thinking possibly he was going to announce WrestleMania somewhere.
It didn't. I feel like that didn't make sense. 'Cause I don't think they know yet. I really don't think they have it set past Saudi.
Well, Nick Khan said something about it, like 2 weeks ago, that we'll stay tuned to our WrestleMania location. It could shock, or it will shock you, or some sort of phrasing, some sort of
no one will expect back-to-back Saudi.
Ooh. I didn't think about that. I was thinking, oh, it'll shock you because it's London, or
I don't think they're ever going to London. If London isn't going to actually pay them, and AEW already kind of took Wembley from them, I really don't see a London Mania ever happening.
London can get all in whenever they want, practically, because Tony Khan likes being over in England. He owns a soccer club, so they could just be like, yeah, we're going to run all in this year. Again, there's 50,000 people to 90,000 people. I don't know if AEW ever gets that high, but largest show ever was All In. That's 71,000.
Something like that. It was a very big.
It was the largest non-WWE show ever. largest in Europe or something like that. WWE would want to have London pay them for site fees. It's the reason New Orleans lost the WrestleMania they were promised.
Despite The Rock coming out.
Despite The Rock saying it's in New Orleans
his
and everything.
very vague promo. I mean, that was his last appearance, too.
Yeah.
Completely useless.
Yeah. He said, you're getting a WrestleMania. Everybody went, woohoo. They then gave it to Vegas 2 years in a row because Vegas paid more money for it because Vegas's tourism is down real bad right now, and they needed anything. Have you seen? I've really
Spears
noticed this because
it.
of WWE stuff. Have you seen how many Visit Vegas commercials are on, like, just normal TV now?
Yeah.
Like, on everything. They were even on Victory Plus for the Stars games. Like, why were Visit Vegas on there? But it's because they paid a lot of money to try to get you to go to Vegas because they are hurting right now because they have so many people they need to pay and can't because not enough people are going. But yeah, TKO is doing like really bad business practices in my opinion.
And it's definitely shown their shift towards they don't really care who the wrestler is. They just care who's devoted to the WWE brand. Like, how committed are you to wanting? They don't care
if you're a wrestler, I think.
Yeah.
I think if you can do what they ask of the high flying feet or whatever, if you can be a wrestler, they don't care.
Make a moment.
Yeah, they want you to make a moment, and they like the Logan Pauls. They like those Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee because those are easily clipped, put on social media, and they can get tons of hits, tons of buzz or whatever, and make money off of that. I don't think it's the sustained business practice.
I can definitely see this very much crashing very quickly, especially
the bubble bursting.
I could definitely see it just becoming to like what a UFC is now, where it's like, yeah, they get good attendance. No one's talking about it anymore, though. No one.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
They don't have any big names anymore because it became more like you are paying to watch the brand UFC. You're not paying to watch the fighters. You're not paying to watch Conor McGregor. You're paying to watch UFC.
You don't even have to pay now. If you have Paramount Plus, you just get the fight with UFC, which is wild compared to WWE, which is you have to pay for 3 things to watch all of their shows because you have to pay for Netflix to watch Raw. You have to pay for a cable to watch SmackDown, whether it's YouTube TV or whatever. Then you have to pay for ESPN to watch the pay-per-views. Unless you use a VPN.
Yeah, but I feel like for WWE, it will definitely, I feel like, backfire once, because right now their system is you are either, if you're important to TKO, it's either because you are already an established main eventer or you are a rookie with huge main event potential. That mid-card area can be completely gone for all they care, because, I mean, when was the last time Carmelo Hayes made it on a pay-per-view match? When was the last time a mid-card champion that wasn't a main event star dipping down to the mid-card or a hot rookie getting...
When was the last time The Miz had a match? Not a segment that would be like a funny clip on social media.
Backlash coming up.
That Miz, he's going to have the
Miz,
tag
Kit
match.
Wilson versus Danhausen and...
CM Punk?
Probably CM Punk. That'd be something.
Yeah, but, man, CM Punk dropping down from the title picture at WrestleMania to
Danhausen?
Teaming with Danhausen?
I mean, they're friends.
I mean, I know they're friends, but that's a rough dropping card or anything. Speaking of not a rough dropping card, tonight's card for AEW is spectacular.
And this is already after an amazing Dynamite card.
Amazing Dynamite 2 weeks ago. Amazing Dynamite last week. Tonight, you have a 3-hour special because you got Dynamite for 2 hours and Collision for another. I don't know where this match happens. I don't know if it'll happen at the end of Dynamite or if it'll happen, they'll just kind of say it's all one show and have it just at the very end. But Kevin Knight versus Darby Allin, Darby Allin's latest open challenge, but not open challenge.
Yeah.
And it's going to be spectacular. I don't expect Kevin Knight to win. we kind of know Darby's holding on to it, but you never know. They might do a shock something to keep you really interested in it.
Yeah.
Max might try to cost Darby
I
or
could
something.
I could see Max coming in to cost Kevin Knight, or maybe they set up some sort of triple threat, because I mean MJF has issues with both people in this match, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they do something interesting with that to maybe set up some sort of triple threat at Double or Nothing, because as of now you don't have anything for Darby at Double or Nothing. I don't think there's anyone out other than MJF that's like that would make sense for them to fight right now. I mean, I think Double or Nothing's in 1 month? No, less than like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, it's typically a Memorial Day weekend.
So I feel like
3 weeks.
I think this show will set up who he is facing at Double or Nothing in some way or another. Maybe it's someone attacks post-match or mid-match, but I think somehow, some way we figure out who he'll be facing at Double or Nothing, or like who they're going to set it up for.
Yeah, that's a good point. And Kevin Knight's a really great wrestler. He has killed it in every match he's been in so far in AEW, which if you go back and look at like his TNA days, was not doing that. I don't know if it's the fact that he found a character in AEW, or if they were just like, go out and do whatever you want or what. But
his teaming with Speedball, I think, completely like changed his career for the better. I mean, I thought out of that pairing, Speedball was going to be the bigger star, but he has just gone on another level right now. Just amazing athleticism in the ring.
The rest of the card for Dynamite tonight / Collision looks pretty good. You got Dax Harwood and of FTR taking on Orange Cassidy of the conglomeration.
Ooh, that was a rough.
Yeah, long speech there. But you got Dax Harwood versus Orange Cassidy.
There you go.
In a
Double Jeopardy
match where if Dax wins, him and the rest of FTR plus Tommaso Ciampa get a trios match
against the conglomeration
versus the conglomeration. But if Orange Cassidy wins, then Orange Cassidy and
I'd imagine it'd be Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly going against FTR.
Not Orange.
I mean, that's Undisputed Era. I mean, you can't mess that up.
I guess. I don't know. They would go after the tag belt.
Or I guess
belts.
no, it does say here Orange Cassidy, him and a partner. So I feel like they go O'Reilly since he just came back.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Roderick Strong a lot.
Riley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see the promo they cut the after Dynamite last week?
No.
Where Roderick Strong is like cursing every other word and OC's trying to calm him down.
No, I did see the Collision opener. I really like. I've loved the conglomeration settings or segments. There we go.
Yeah.
Where it did just feel very sitcom-esque. Especially with their Dynasty intro, which was just a sitcom entrance, I guess. I don't think I've seen that before.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Really fun.
You also got Moxley versus Juice Robinson. Eliminator match for the Continental Championship. Moxley and Juice, one of the first matches Moxley had outside of WWE was with Juice, and it was awesome for the U.S. Championship over in Japan.
New Japan.
And so anytime they wrestle, they have this great chemistry. So that's a great match. You got Hikaru Shida and Chris Statlander versus Mina Shirakawa and Harley Cameron for Statlander to turn heel on Hikaru Shida. I said Shida was going to be the one to turn, and they teased it, and then all of a sudden she didn't. And then in a backstage segment, Statlander attacked Shida. So I don't know where they're going with that story.
Maybe?
They're all good wrestlers. I really enjoy that they're all together in a match.
I really like that. I feel like Mina's been given something to do. I was getting a little worried that she was becoming just like Tony Storm's friend, and she's a really great wrestler, so I was kind of hoping that wouldn't happen. But I feel like they've given her something to work with since Storm's been gone.
And do we have any debuts or anything tonight? I don't think we can.
I don't think so.
I think Kyrie's has the...
I think it's all 90 days,
Is it all 90? I know Motor City Machine Guns are 90. I know...
All the Wyatt 6 are 90s because of Joe Gacy, his post, unless they had.
Is
different
Kofi and Xavier?
I don't know
90,
because
or
that
they-
was a mutual agreement.
Yeah, are they just done? Like, I don't know how that works.
I will say, quick thing I think was interesting to see the contrast between how many people supported the New Day's exit, and like on both sides. Like I think MJF was like, "Oh, it's a New Day." Kenny Omega was posting all their old stuff with the Elite and New Day, and then Aleister Black was like, sucks, dude.
Yeah,
Later." Like, hope you figure
Yeah.
that one out.
yeah. He Tommy End, I guess is his name now again. Sure.
Yeah.
Malachi. I don't know. I think he's just gonna go off and wrestle on every independent or
Yeah,
something. Like,
I mean, it really
work
depends
off
because
his
I know
WWE
like
time.
I know Shivani and like JR and some other people like I know Shivani I think was a big one just because he does work with the talent producers and everything, had a lot of good praise for him, so it could maybe it'd be a very
I
bad move
don't
for
think
morale.
he goes back to AEW. He was miserable the last time he was there, and a lot of the people said no, we don't want. Like Dax literally said on live TV, "Hey, anybody out there that thinks they can come here, we don't want you." Like, whoa, that's
Yeah.
rough. So I don't know if he goes anywhere. I was wondering if Kyrie didn't have a no compete for 90 days because of the way
Yeah.
her contract was listed, supposedly.
Could
like,
have been a just non-renew instead of a release, but I
but
believe
nobody
it
can
was.
really figure it out because they're so.
And everyone
secretive.
also, yeah, I feel like also no one could figure out the reasoning because I remember a lot of people started the rumor that she was like leaving just because she wanted to go back to Japan, and then she immediately tweeted out, "Was like, hey, no, I want to wrestle. Like,
Yeah.
I can maybe see her showing up in like, I don't know if she ever goes to AEW though, because she had the chance before, decided not to. I think if she does go back to
she was
wrestling,
kind of there, kind of not,
I think she just goes back to Stardom.
because she was wrestling AEW people in Stardom.
Yeah.
And they weren't coming up on like a crossover show, and she wants to live in Japan. AEW somehow figures it out because Okada reportedly didn't sign with WWE because they weren't going to let him live in Japan.
Ospreay wants to live in England.
Ospreay wanted to live in England / Japan. They didn't want him to do that. So I think AEW's figured out how, hey, come over for a month,
Especially, yeah,
stay with your friends.
they are great
Then
at
you can go back and hang out with
Yeah.
a month in Japan or whatever.
They are
so.
great at utilizing, like, okay, Hangman likes to have some weeks off. MJF has this to do, but like they have it so spaced out so well that it never feels like, okay, everyone's gone, everyone's hurt, or everyone's on break. It's just you have such a great, like they have great rotation of talent.
Oh yeah, yeah. So we'll see what can happen. I figured that all out. It's going to be a great show for AEW tonight. Check it out. We'll be back to talk about it next week.
We'll see the surprise partner for Danhausen.
Yeah, we'll talk about Backlash probably too. If I even watch it, I might just look up the highlights.
I don't know. I will probably just watch highlights.
Yeah, who knows? But anyways, for everybody that's been here, Sean, Aiden, everybody in the control room, Lucas, Miguel, we'll be back with the press box next week.